Head coach Kellen Moore says Blackman is expected to miss significant time, which could end up being the entire season.
Unfortunate injury, shoulder, and so it'll be a long one potentially for the full season. And so that's a tough one. Bummer for him just because he's done such an amazing job of coming in here and putting himself in an awesome position to have a great season. He played great on Sunday as well.
Blackman was signed to replace Tyrann Mathieu, who retired on the eve of training camp. Blackman played well in the season opener. He had 7 tackles and a pass defensed. Former 5th-round pick Jordan Howden or rookie Jonas Sanker could replace him. The Saints will host the 49ers on Sunday. San Francisco will not have tight end George Kittle, who injured his hamstring in the first half of the team's win over Seattle in their season opener. Quarterback Brock Purdy is also questionable with shoulder and toe injuries. Louisiana Radio Network.
KSYL.
Today, it's another in our 2025 Scam Week series, where I spotlight the biggest scams costing real people real money. I'm Kim Commando for ExpressVPN, my go-to for online privacy. One-click hide your internet activity from hackers and snoops. Get 4 extra months free at expressvpn.com/Kim. Gold is riding the wave of an all-time high right now. Naturally, the scammers have a way to get it using you. It starts with a phone call from the Federal Trade Commission. The caller uses the real name of an FTC employee. Google the name and it checks out. The caller says you owe a fine. You'll be arrested if you don't pay up. Your best option, says the caller, is to go to Costco. Buy 2 1-ounce gold Costco bars, deliver them to a local address, which he gives you. The average victim loses about $8,000. The FTC will never call you. It cannot arrest you. If you receive one of these calls, hang up. Don't argue. You won't be arrested. It's not real. Get my newsletter at getkim.com. Every time you go online, internet providers track your every move. Here in the United States, they're selling our browsing history, even in private mode. Until that becomes illegal, protect yourself like I do with ExpressVPN, an easy-to-use app that encrypts and reroutes all your internet traffic through secure servers. By using ExpressVPN, my internet provider cannot see my browsing history. I can hide my IP address, the number identifying me, and my location online. And I can change my IP address to be more anonymous online. With servers in over 100 countries, I can appear virtually anywhere I choose. ExpressVPN is so easy to use. Get connected with a single button, with apps for every device like phones, laptops, desktops, and tablets. Get up to 4 months of ExpressVPN for free at expressvpn.com/Kim. That's expressvpn.com/Kim. Go now while you're thinking about it. Get up to 4 extra months of ExpressVPN for free right now at expressvpn.com/Kim.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 27 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
It's Talkback, Central Louisiana's longest-running talk show. Whether it's the guests or the callers, Talkback is where Central Louisiana begins its conversation.
Happy Tuesday morning, everybody. It's a terrific Tuesday with terrific temperatures in the morning. Good morning, Stephen Maxwell, Nathan Martin. How did you enjoy that 59 degrees?
It was good. It was a little chilly this morning. Almost put on my light jacket because I get out up at like 5:20 and take the dog out. So I hate cold weather. So now it was a little disturbing for me.
Folks can officially know the answer to the lifelong question, who takes the dog out? Oof.
Oh, usually me in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't like cold.
No.
That's why you live in Louisiana.
I like summer. I'll take the sweltering temperatures any day.
Well, sweltering's a bit much at times, but definitely all of us who live down here do not want to shovel snow. There's a reason for that.
100%.
So we live down here.
It's like my like they say lake of fire. My personal torment would be a lake of ice.
That's pretty funny. Yeah.
It's like nothing worse than waking up in the morning and you're cold and you just can't get warm, and then you have to like get out of the shower. This is first world problems, I guess.
Yeah. We lived in Mexico for several years, and most of the time I was there, I had no air conditioning. So we really got acclimated to it, but it was still really hard when you take a shower and you towel off, and then you've got to towel off again from the sweat to put your clothes on.
Yeah, I know.
It's super, super hot. But
And you're going to hear, and I understand people who work out in it all day. They don't like the heat, so that'd be different.
Well, but they learn adaptive skills and how to take care of themselves. Well, I'm sorry that your fantasy football team this weekend did
Who'd I
not do.
lose to?
Yeah, I think you talked about it yesterday. I heard you and Al talk about it. Thank you for the props. You hadn't lost yet until last night.
Oh, I did officially.
You did officially.
So I didn't realize I lost until Al brought it up.
You warned us that you were not really a big fantasy guy.
I paid attention to the draft. I mean,
It was fun.
That was good for me.
Yeah.
You know, I'll keep up with it, kind of.
Well, I was shocked that you and I were playing each other in the first game, and I had a good game. Al had that, he talked about it yesterday. He had one of the best games, had like the second or third best score in the whole league, but he still lost because the guy he played with had the best score.
Al always says that. Literally, I've been in like 50 leagues with him, and he says that every time.
That's funny.
That's like saying, the Bears and the Redskins played each other, or the Commanders played each other. And then, we would have beat the Cowboys because they only scored 15 against the Bengals. Like,
well, that's the way the cookie crumbles, right?
If I would have played Caleb Williams, would I have beat you? Let me see.
Well, I'm pulling it up as we speak as well to see. I think the final score, I think I beat you by 20 points. So you would have needed, you would have needed a good outing by somebody.
I get you.
So.
Oh, well.
Early in the season though, right?
I guess I'm losing out on all that money. Y'all were betting each other.
Money. Wait, now wait a minute. This is a church league now.
I'm just kidding.
If there are
all
bets, they're
betting
off
with
the
each
books.
other.
I always tell everybody though, remember October is Pastor Appreciation Month, so everybody's supposed to let me win all month long, and it never works.
Just up that 10% to 12.
Well, that's pretty.
You know what
funny.
we call them in our churches? They're called love offerings.
Love offerings? Yeah.
A special love offering.
That's right. Well, that has been a kind thing over the years. Well, today is a special day here at KSWL. Have we got a show for you coming up at 7:30? Kim Lyons from the Central Louisiana Pregnancy Coalition, not coalition, but the Center is going to be joining us, talking about their upcoming gala that will be taking place very soon with a very special guest, JJ Jasper, coming in from Mississippi. We'll let her tell us all about that. Then at the 8 o'clock, top of the hour break, after the news break, we'll have Mayor Joe Bishop in for the Pineville segment. And then it's going to be the North Rapides segment, because following him at 8:30 will be Mayor Gail Wilking from the town of Ball. And she's got some exciting updates that she wants to share. So turning this into the North Rapids hour, I guess you would say, at 8 o'clock. Mayor Wilking would be with us in studio. She'll be calling in, but she is actually helping with a JAG swearing-in event. It starts at 9 o'clock, so she has to be there. So she'll be calling us on the phone on her way to that event at Tioga High School. So we'll have both Mayor Bishop and Mayor Wilking joining us at 8 o'clock. Council meeting in Pineville, of course, is tonight. Mayor Bishop will be updating us on that. And as I mentioned to you a moment ago, the segment with Kim Lyons talking about the upcoming gala. It is the biggest fundraiser of the year for the Sinlaw Pregnancy Center, and so their annual banquet coming up next week on the 18th. I've attended that a couple of years. I'm hoping to attend this year. I haven't bought my ticket yet, though, so I need to find out if she's still got some tickets available. Very important to find that out. So, hey, we've got somebody on the phone line. I hope it's somebody on the phone line. We'll see. Good morning. You're on Talkback with Stephen and Nathan. I think that was that phantom call that I didn't drop. All right. Thank you. If you want to call us, of course, you can always join us at 318-64. No, it's not 64. 318-442-8255. That's 318-442-TALK, the BOM talk line. And you can tell I live in Pineville because I said 64.
You're about to give your personal phone number.
I was about to give my home number out over the air. I still have a home number. I'm one of those rare people who do.
Yeah.
I've had that number for 30 years, and it's out in so many places. A lot of my international contacts still have that number. So I transitioned to a VoIP phone. I paid like $13 a month to keep that number, and it actually can ring on my cell phone as well as on my home phone. So it's kind of a nice feature for a very little bit amount of money.
Yeah, we used it growing up all the time. We still have it, I think, at my parents' house. We just we never use it anymore.
My mom and dad dropped their number here about 6 months ago, and I was really sad about that because, I mean, that's been their number for 40 some odd years. And
I
they
hear
just
you.
decided, they don't use that. Well, what they decided was the only calls they ever get are telemarketers.
Okay.
So they just get spam. But I remind them, so every now and then, though, I'll get like a distant cousin, hey, I'm trying to call your daddy and his number's disconnected. So I'll give him his cell phone number, but they prefer the cell phones anyway.
Oh, yeah. Easier. And, I always remember my grandma with her little telephone hooked to the wall with the line going around the kitchen.
The long coiled cable.
That's it.
So did you, and I'm sure call waiting was a big deal growing up.
What is that? What do you mean?
Well, when you get a new call coming in, that you got to click the button.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and did you have people telling you to get off the phone because they didn't talk to your daddy?
Oh, yeah. 100%. Or the internet stuff.
All the time.
Remember you couldn't do both?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If somebody picked up the phone when you were online, you were so mad.
The world's changed a lot in 15 years.
It really is. And it's kind of funny. I've seen videos of them showing kids, like, here's a rotary phone. Now make a phone call. And they're trying to push the button, and don't realize the spin things. It's crazy the kinds of technology that will come up, be with you for a while, and then go away. And they're ancient technology, even though they were such cutting edge at the time. I mean, pagers were such cutting edge technology pieces at the time.
Remember when Obama had a BlackBerry and it was the biggest deal?
Oh, my goodness.
You wouldn't even see those anymore.
I had friends, they called them crackberries because they were addicted to them.
Yeah,
it felt like. And, I think it was the physical keyboard that people really liked.
I was in the Verizon store a couple days ago and they had Razors again. Like a touchscreen Motorola Razor. It's pretty cool.
That is.
Remember those?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, what was interesting yesterday, you guys were talking about the Star Trek anniversary and all the technologies that are in existence today that in the 60s were sci-fi inventions. The tricorder. They're saying that there is a medical company that has licensed that terminology for that medical scanner because they have something similar. Of course, the flip phone, the Razor, the communicator that you flipped open and talked to and closed. I mean, that became the reality. Bluetooth headphones, Uhura's touch your little earbud,
you lost me at Star Trek.
That's right. I did hear y'all.
I'm not against it. I want to watch it. It's just finding the time.
What's crazy, it was only 3 seasons long, and yet it had such lasting impact.
But all the spinoffs from it, huh?
Yeah, that too.
You'll appreciate this. So speaking of going to Verizon, I was thinking about upgrading my phone. Have you seen the new Z Fold 7s?
I have.
Oh my gosh, and I was this close to getting it.
Really?
But it's like a $2,300.
I was going to say 24, 23, 2400. It is
520 gigs.
It is.
Man,
I was that close to pulling the trigger.
I had to put a down payment on it. And
did you buy it?
I usually finance. No.
Oh.
Because they're like, well, you have to walk out. It's like a $500 with the taxes and the down payment. Because they're going to upgrade it for free and take off like $800. And still kind of insane.
A lot of money, yeah.
And I was like, well, this is like the number one tool that I use, especially now.
Oh, look, you would love it with. Have you used Samsung phones before?
That's what I have.
Okay. Well, I didn't.
That's why I said you appreciate it, because we used to talk about.
I knew we were Android guys, but I couldn't remember if you were Samsung.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so I knew you were
Galaxy.
Okay, so I've got the Galaxy. I'm still in the Note 22, so I'm due for an upgrade.
Oh, you're a little behind.
I am, and so I was looking at that Fold. My wife has the Flip. Have you seen the little flip phone? And a couple of friends of mine have them. They like them. To me, they're bulky when they're folded in your pocket. So
Not a big fan of those.
But they're very convenient. I love the Note because of the pen. But what I was going to tell you, have you ever used the DeX software with the Samsung? DEX. It's built into your phone. You can attach a Bluetooth keyboard to it, and you can just type away on a full-size keyboard.
Oh, cool.
Or if you use the cable to type, you take the Bluetooth keyboard and use the cable and attach it to an HDMI monitor, and it's a full-blown computer.
Really?
Right in front of you. You're carrying it in your pocket, and so get you one of those foldable keyboards that folds down small and a cable, and wherever you go that has an HDMI monitor, you got a full workstation with all your data right there.
Oh man,
pretty phenomenal.
It does Z Fold 7s though, because if you don't know, it's like a regular iPhone, right, or a Galaxy,
right?
And it folds open like a book, and it becomes a bigger screen.
That's right.
Yeah, and one of the big issues with those is they were too bulky, the previous models. And the fold in the middle, the screen kind of had this indentation.
Right.
It still does now, but it's not near as prominent. It's a fantastic phone.
It is gorgeous. A friend of mine has one. He loves it. And of course, takes big pictures too. So great stuff there. All right. So the end of the technology section has come upon us with Stephen and Nathan talking Samsung. We've got Kim Lyons coming up right after this. Stick around with more on Talkback.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics with 27 providers and 3 locations. Someone can see you today. Stick around. More of Talkback is on the way.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. U.S. consumers are piling on more debt, and much of it is going on credit cards. The Fed says July saw the biggest increase in credit card balances so far this year. The category that includes cards surged by $10.5 billion. The jump in borrowing coincides with stronger household spending, but rising inflation may also be pushing consumers to take on more debt, relying on credit to cover higher day-to-day expenses. Apple's biggest product launch event of the year is happening today as the company takes the wraps off the iPhone 17 lineup. For the first time in several years, Apple will introduce major design upgrades, including an all-new ultra-thin model expected to be called the iPhone 17 Air. And the mood among the nation's small businesses improved some last month. The National Federation of Independent Business says small business optimism edged higher in August. Stocks edged higher to start the week on Wall Street. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
Well, after a beautiful Monday, this nice weather continues, but we'll notice things will start to get a little bit warmer. Good morning. We're saying sunshine on our Tuesday afternoon. Highs near 90. We'll see winds light and variable. But tonight, some clouds early giving way to clear conditions overnight. 67 for the overnight low. And our Wednesday, another sunny day, a little warmer yet. Afternoon highs near 92. From the Sunlaw Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Gratian.
If you'd like to take part in the show today, call the BON Bank talk line at 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. And remember, if you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, call Christina Bagwell at the BON Bank Mortgage Department at 448-2430.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. Talkback.
All right, I got to push the button to talk. Welcome back to Talkback on this Tuesday morning, the 33rd minute after 7 o'clock. That means it's 7:33. Throwing that curveball there. On the 9th day of September.
I like the way that sounded. That was good.
We are excited this morning to have with us in studio Kim Lyon, who is the Executive Director of Central Louisiana, or the Cenla Pregnancy Center. I guess I need to say it right. And you have a very special event coming up next Thursday night, the 18th, 9 days from today, celebrating the successes and also a big fundraiser for the Cenla Pregnancy Center. Tell us about, well, first of all, good morning, Kim, and welcome.
Good morning. Thanks for having me this morning.
Always glad to have you here in the studio. We were talking about what a phenomenal location you have, the place there that Steve and I have both had the opportunity to visit and celebrate the work there. But this big event coming up on the 18th is it's going to be a barn burner.
It's going to be a fantastic event, and it's our annual fundraising event. Of course, as a nonprofit, this is largely how we operate. And thank you, Stephen, and thank you for the compliments about the center. We definitely pour our heart and soul into making sure that when you walk in our doors, you feel you feel good about where you are, and you feel good about stepping into those doors. So yeah, thanks for being a part of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Went the other day and did some videos. You can see it on my Facebook page. It was awesome. Very nice. I called it like a little bougie, but in a good way, right?
Right.
It's fantastic. That little market you still have in there for mothers. Good stuff.
Our baby boutique. If you've never seen it, I definitely encourage you to come by. Come by on your lunch break. Come take a little tour and see it for firsthand.
I really like the welcoming atmosphere. Now, you do have to go through the front door. There's somebody to welcome you. I'm sure that's for the protection of your clients, your guests, and whatnot. But once you come in, I don't know what you call the room. I'd almost call it a prayer room, but because it feels like a prayer room. It's a safe space. Is that a counseling room or with the couches and the chairs and the...
Yeah, we have a couple of spaces that are designated for client advocacy and spaces for us to meet with our clients so that we can meet them where they are. A lot of times just taking the time to hear someone's story and what's going on is what opens the door to just the most beautiful relationship and trust in a way that we know a lot of times our medical community, who are phenomenal, might not always have the time to really sit down and do that. So.
Well, the women, when they come, they're welcomed and made to feel important. I'm sure it's a very scary time for some of the ladies that come in there. And they need
a lot of
support.
times, we think of the pregnancy center providing services to the crisis situation. But I'll tell you, there's so many situations that you wouldn't necessarily say are what we would deem crisis, but they really are. We had an older, just about my age, mom who was actually raising a couple of her grandchildren. Man, I'm aging myself. I shouldn't say that. And she wasn't older, but she did find herself pregnant, and they had some changes in their insurance, and she just didn't know where to begin, and she was emotionally just challenged with the reality of this situation, and so she started with us, and we were able to really help her and journey through that situation. And of course, we do have the crisis situations, and we have the wide variety of ages. For the most part, though, there's just a large need in our community, and we partner so well with some of our other nonprofits just to make sure that our community needs are being met. And that, to me, is the most important and the most valuable, to make sure that we are equipping women and families with the right tools to be successful and to be able, to feel confident and to be able to do this.
I think it's a good example, too, because sometimes you think of like those super crisis situations, right? But I mean, you guys help from everything.
Right.
Like insurance problems, too.
Absolutely.
That's a scary part of, going through pregnancy, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. So,
well, and it's not... I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just say there's a lot of resources out there that, we sometimes feel like we're the hub of connecting them to the right resources to be successful.
And it's not just for women who are pregnant. You support them even into, is it the first year after the child's born?
For 2 years. 2
years.
For 2 years. And so we know the cost of material goods, the cost of diapers alone are outrageous. And we just want to make sure that, no baby, no family is going without those necessities. And it's super easy to join and be a part of that program and benefit from it.
That's wonderful. So obviously to do all of this, and is it 3 centers now?
We do have 3 centers: Alexandria, Marksville, and Vidalia.
And none of that's free. So it takes a little bit of money.
Right. It does. And we have various forms. I mean, many of our local community organizations and churches have participated in our baby bottle fundraiser campaign, and that's just a really fun way.
It is fun.
It's actually, really great way for us to raise money. But our annual fundraising banquet is just brings so many people together from our community, from all different backgrounds, all different historic, stories that people bring, and we get to really spotlight and the successes of what we've accomplished, what we, and others have accomplished, and spotlighting a client who will share her beautiful story and her sweet baby, and so I just really encourage, if you've never been to our banquet, come take it, come be a part of this Thursday, this coming Thursday, the 18th. Of course, JJ Jasper is going to be there, and he's a phenomenal radio show host, but the level of comedy that he brings is just really great, because a lot of times what we do is heavy, and we need a spark of joy, and we need laughter, and we need to be able to focus on it in that way.
We had JJ speak at our church several years ago, and he is such a delight. And he has, of course, some difficult parts of his story, too, that he walked through with his family, and they learned to trust in the Lord in those crisis moments. I think that will be very inspirational to people as well. So very exciting. Next Thursday, September the 18th. What time is it?
It's at 6 p.m. Doors open at 5:15, and you can get tickets. You can find us on our Facebook page. It'll direct you to our website as www.sinlawpc.com, where you can buy tickets. We do still have a couple of table options. We do still have a few tickets left, and so again, I just encourage. I know our Central Louisiana community procrastinates a lot on these kind of things.
But it sounds like you only have a couple of tables and a few tickets, so maybe a couple of dozen tickets. So don't procrastinate too long.
Right. If you've procrastinated, now's the time to jump in and go ahead and get your place at the table and be a part of something that's just eternal. It's just phenomenal, the work that we get to do.
Who's catering the event for you guys?
So we actually have some local restaurant owners who participate and join in with us and do this as part of their gift to us for the banquet.
That's amazing.
And it's such a really great relationship that we have with so many of our community partners. And so not to knock any of our caterers. I love our catering team around here. But again, this is just a gift in a way that a lot of our restaurant owners are able to give back and partner with us.
That's absolutely phenomenal as well. That's so great. And I will guarantee you the food will be good.
The food will be good.
Delicious.
And it is a plated dinner. And so it's a very nice event. And we're just really thankful that we're able to do this.
It's going to have an opportunity to dress up a little bit. Make it a fun night out on the town. Let your wife put on her pretty dress and you put on a jacket and tie and go enjoy yourself for a great cause.
Yeah, who doesn't enjoy that? So, so again, I challenge you. We have a lot of really great initiatives coming up, and I will share a sneak peek. We're working really hard to bring in a new service line to provide support and equip fathers and the dads who are in our community, because we know that there's a huge gap there. There's just a really huge gap in our state, so much so that our state, the state of Louisiana, is putting a focus on it and creating a task force around supporting and equipping fathers. And so we're along the same lines, working to be able to do that in this coming year.
Well, that sounds really exciting. We know fatherlessness is a huge issue, so anything that we can do to encourage fathers to be part of that process and to contribute and be empowered, because guys can be scared too.
Right. And it's not just about the fatherhood side of it. It's really, learning about how to step up and be a man. And when we start at that foundational component, which is what our goal is going to be, we then can get to the fatherhood pieces.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll sneak peek.
I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. So that's going to be coming up next Thursday. By the way, I really appreciate the little text messages I get from time to time that there's a pray for so-and-so, the situation, and it keeps you guys top of mind for me, and I'm sure for everyone else who receives those. And that's just absolutely great, because it's a reminder of how constant the work is there at the Son-in-Law Pregnancy Center.
Absolutely. Thanks for that.
All right. Well, Kim Lyon, the director of Son-in-Law Pregnancy Center, with us here in the studio. We'll have to take a break. So much appreciate her being with us. September 18th. Go look them up on Facebook. Get your tickets today.
KSYL. The world once needed lots of paper made right here in central Louisiana. Now we're making a comeback with clean methanol. Beaver Lake Renewable Energy will turn Louisiana wood into fuel, creating hundreds of direct and indirect jobs and giving loggers a steady market again. It's not just a plant, it's a promise to our land, our people, and our future. Visit beaverlakerenewable.com and find out how we're putting central Louisiana back on the map.
All of us have that one friend who can just light up the room with a smile. And sadly, how many of us are just a little bit envious of that friend? Well, here's the good news. The folks over at Today's Dental in Pineville can deliver that beautiful beaming smile. Over the years, hundreds of hopeful patients have visited and been completely satisfied. They've made getting dental implants an amazingly simple, low-anxiety procedure, one that's affordable for anyone's budget. The staff at Today's Dental go out of their way to make you feel comfortable with calming in-office IV sedation that's administered by a highly skilled, certified nurse anesthetist. And their multiple finance options make the entire procedure truly affordable. Isn't it your turn to light up that room? Give Today's Dental a call at 448-4540. It's a general dental facility on Highway 28 East in Pineville, owned by Dr. Jonas Gauthier. That's 448-4540.
Now back to Talk Back, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL.
Welcome back to Talk Back on Tuesday. I like the ring of that. Talk Back on Tuesday. Stephen Maxwell. Enjoy the conversation we just had with Kim Lyon from the Central Louisiana, or I keep saying Central Louisiana, the Son-in-Law Pregnancy Center.
And that's what it means.
You really enjoy. That's what it means. That's right. You really enjoyed your time over there, right?
Yeah, it was a good place. Awesome group of people. Amazing resources they have here in Son-in-Law. And so go check it out if you need, or if you know someone who needs help. it'd be a good resource for them.
Absolutely. Refer people to it. If you have an organization that's looking for a good place to put support, that is a good one for sure. So as we are getting ready for we've got about 15 minutes between now and the top of the hour. If you've got a topic you want to talk about, listeners, call us at 318-442-8255. That's the BOM talk line. We'd love to have you join us on the show this morning. Of course, in the second hour, we'll have Mayor Joe Bishop from Pineville and Mayor Gail Wilking of Ball joining us. So we'll be talking about North Rapides. Also coming up soon, Representative Mike Johnson's organization, the North Rapides Business and Industry Alliance, has a meeting coming up. They have their monthly meeting coming up here in September as I'm looking ahead. That's going to be on the 22nd of September. And so you're going to want to take a look at that. That's going to be their House of Representatives Legislative Roadshow. And he'll have probably a dozen or so representatives, or maybe more. They're going to extend the time, so they're going to start at 11 instead of 11:30. That will be a great event. That's one of those, got to be there kind of events on Monday, September 22nd. So not just a North Rapids issue, but they are called the North Rapids Business and Industry Association. Been around for a long time.
Yeah, I remember covering it 12, 13 years ago.
Was it that event that kind of opened the door for you?
That was my first news story.
Yeah, and the KLB saw that and said, hey, you got promise.
I got suckered into hiring. So.
No, it didn't quite work that way. Hey, I want to take a moment of personal privilege, as they say sometimes in events, and wish my mom and dad a happy anniversary. Today is their 62nd anniversary.
Wow.
2 years ago today, they eloped and got married on the run.
That's the way to do it.
That's what my wife and I did too. So
I'm telling you, man.
I figured they set a good example, save me some money.
Yeah, you save tons of money, just elope, have a good time. I say go on a better honeymoon.
My father-in-law actually thanked me. He said, you saved me a bunch of money. I said, I'll take monthly installments if you'd like, but he didn't.
Everyone like, oh, my daughter eloped is like, I hope Sophia kind of eloped.
Go ahead and start putting that. Well, it really helped me knowing my mom and dad did. I didn't think they could be too mad at me,
I'd rather just go to Cabo for 2 weeks and spend that money there.
No doubt.
Not about Cabo, but
Well, I'll tell you, but it's a big thing today. 62 years. I'm so grateful for their example, and for me at my age to have both my mom and dad in good health is such a blessing to have them part of my life. Had lunch with them yesterday. I meet with them regularly, and we just enjoy each other's company. And speaking of weddings, I've got a bunch of weddings coming up this fall.
Yeah. Well, my third anniversary is tomorrow.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah. Can you imagine 59 more of those?
What will you look like then?
I don't know if I can make it.
How old are you now?
I'm 32.
All right, so
I'll be pushing it.
I don't know if I can do the math. 30 plus
that's
60
like 80.
Is 90. So minus plus 2. Oh, my gosh. You're 94 years old.
94?
Well, you're 30.
Oh, yeah. 60 more years, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm doing that new math, that Common Core math.
Yeah, I had to make a paragraph out of it. But yeah, that's amazing. Good for them, and that's a huge accomplishment in itself.
It is. I'm just grateful again for the example that they have set. So this is not necessarily the call in and wish somebody happy birthday show, but happy anniversary to you guys tomorrow.
Well, thank you. We celebrated last weekend, so because we could get a babysitter then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take advantage when you can.
Yeah. So
Al will babysit for you. He can tell he loves.
Yeah, right.
He'll have his wife watch her.
His wife will watch her.
Oh my goodness. No, but I just thought it was really interesting. In our little church, we're not a huge church, but we've got like 4 weddings coming up in the next 2 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And you have to do all of them?
One of them I'm attending. The father of the groom is doing. I did their premarital counseling, but I'm attending, and the other 3 I'm doing. Yeah. So.
Gotcha.
A lot of fun times.
We got married at Tunks.
Oh yeah.
We weren't gonna really do a whole big wedding, and then her aunt made us. She was like, "Oh, I already rented the place."
Oh wow.
Which was amazing. We were glad.
Yeah.
And we had a great time. It was a lot of fun.
So like in that meeting room off on the back side, is that what y'all had, or y'all out on the dock, or where were you?
Like that back room.
Yeah.
For like the food and everything, and got married. They cleared out that spot by the lake. It was fun.
Very nice. I didn't know that could be a wedding venue.
Her and her family did all the work. It was super sweet. It was awesome.
Even better. Well, that's
very cool.
Well, Latin weddings can be exciting times. I've talked about it a little bit, but I love the way Latin Americans celebrate. Everything is a party.
Oh, it's fun.
In a big way. Things are worth celebrating for sure. That is great.
Yeah, we had a random party Sunday.
Isn't that the wonderful thing of a good friend of mine? Now, I'm really close to a pastor here in town, Word of Grace Church, Russell Cobb. We have a long history. We met, I think I was 11 years old when we met. So we've known each other for forever. Our fathers were best friends, and he and I actually attended language school together, missionary language school together. We co-pastored a church together for a season, and then I went to Mexico and he went to Argentina. And now we're both back here in town. We're both pastoring in Pineville, very good friends. And we drink coffee often and visit. And we both have commented how much the one thing that we miss the most is the hospitality of the Latin American culture. I mean, the just the time spent in each other's homes and the willingness to spend time together. Sometimes we get, even though in the South we say we're slower pace, we are so busy. We're always on the go. So I would encourage folks to take a little time, especially enjoy this cool weather we got right now. It's going to get hotter again the rest of the week, but enjoy it. Invite somebody to your porch, drink some coffee, and
well, that's how I grew up too in the South Louisiana. We always had people over. It was always sitting on the porch. It was always having lunch, dinner. People stayed at the house 24/7. Yeah, like I've talked about before, we just have a lack of culture and community in America, it seems lately.
I think we can create it, though. I really do. And I really enjoyed that interview y'all did the other day with the ladies that are working on the motives, not the motives, the manners.
No, manners.
Mind Your Manners, I think it was called. We got a workshop coming up. I think that's good stuff, too, though.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we'll take our final break of the hour. We'll be back with the final segment. Give us a call, 318-442-8255, the BOM Talk Line on Talkback.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics with 27 providers and 3 locations. Someone can see you today. Stick around. More of Talkback is on the way.
Timber and oil and gas built Central Louisiana. Advances in carbon capture and storage have come along to make Cenla a business leader once again. Now, groups outside Louisiana spreading lies and misinformation have convinced some friends and neighbors to oppose this game-changing industry. The truth? Carbon capture is safe and will provide hundreds of jobs and millions of dollars for schools and roads. Log on for facts at AmericanEnergySecurityProject.org.
Is your website accessible to everyone? If it's not WCAG compliant, you could be excluding customers and opening yourself up to lawsuits. At Kinetics, we build and optimize websites that meet WCAG accessibility standards, helping you serve more people, convert more customers, and stay compliant with ADA guidelines. Don't risk it. Get your free website accessibility assessment today at kinetics.solutions. That's kinetics.solutions. Kinetics, where smart marketing works.
Great news, everybody. Karen is back at Wilmore's Mobile and Sub Express, located right there at the intersection of North MacArthur Drive and Bayou Rapides Road. Hungry for breakfast? Karen will hook you up with biscuits, croissants, subs, and all the hot coffee you can handle. Just stop by any weekday morning from 6 a.m. till 9 and get your day started right. It's breakfast just the way you like it. Fresh, hot, and satisfying. Now I'm hungry. That's Wilmore's Mobile and Sub Express on MacArthur Drive at Bayou Rapides Road.
Moms and dads, do you wish you could know where your kids' shoes are at all times? Now you can with Skechers' newest Apple AirTag compatible sneakers, Find My Skechers. There's a clever hidden AirTag compartment under the shoe's insole. It's sleek, secure, and your child can't feel or see it. Then you can check where your kids' shoes are on the Find My app. Plus, they're available for boys and girls. Get Find My Skechers at Skechers.com, a Skechers store near you, or wherever kids' shoes are sold. Apple AirTags sold separately.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE, SIPC.
Now back to Talkback, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO.
Welcome back to Talkback. Tuesday morning, the 9th day of the 9th month of the 2025th year since we started give them year's dates around the time of Jesus, I reckon. So happy anniversary again to my mom and dad. Today, International Sudoku Day. Do you ever play Sudoku?
Mm-mm.
No?
Nope.
That's a fun game.
Is it?
The reason they call it Sudoku Day is because there are 9 squares of 9 blanks. Mm-hmm. So it's 9 by 9, thus today being the 9th of the 9th month, 9th month.
Okay.
It's a fun little game, though. They give you the hints of the numbers. You try and fill in the squares. It's a good little brain teaser game. Do you like games on your phone?
No.
No, that was a pretty quick question.
No, I just don't play them.
Were you a gamer on on a PC or anything?
No. I like Nintendo 64s when I was a kid, and then they became too complicated for me.
Oh man, today's games are.
And I'm not good at Call of Duty stuff.
Yeah.
I'm too slow on the shooting thing, and I don't know, it's not my thing.
I really liked a game called Battlefield 1942 because you would choose one of I forget 3 or 4 different characters. You could be a sniper or a corpsman or a gunner or a mechanic, and that was your role throughout the game. And you had 4 or 5 options. You didn't have these games today, dude. You've got to be a computer science major to know all the options, all the key press combinations. And I watched my son playing, and I can enjoy watching him play because it's like watching a movie. Yeah. But I can't play it.
I played him as a kid, of course, and I had fun when I did. It's just I haven't played him in years. I just can't afford them anymore. It's $80 a pop.
Yeah. It can be an expensive hobby, and the consoles are not cheap either. I mean,
$500-600.
Exactly.
They just went up because of the tariffs too. Mm-hmm. PlayStation went up $50.
And speaking of devices and coming out today, the iPhone 17
is it?
Yeah, it's coming out today. We'll find if the leaked photos that they shared last week are the real deal. There's always these people who are leaking mock-ups and photos. You wonder, but it will have a new set of cameras on the back. It does start, the Pro Max 17 starts at $1,250 and then goes up. So a little bit more expensive than previously, but the fully loaded version will be around $2,000, which is not unlike that Galaxy Fold that you were talking about. These are just computers, really.
Yeah.
Computers in your pocket.
Yeah. So. Speaking of, not speaking of anything, did you see the Epstein latest yesterday?
I did see some of that, yeah. The birthday book that was released and the first time I've seen the text of the purported Donald Trump letter. I'd not read the text. I'd heard it was out, but...
Well, he said it didn't exist, and then the Wall Street Journal was saying it does exist, and then this came out, he's still saying it doesn't exist.
Yeah, and he sued him for $10 billion, I think is the number, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So that one will go down to court. Of course, there's a letter in there from Bill Clinton, kind of an innocuous letter, what I read, and other greetings from different people. The one that is supposedly from Trump is salacious. There's no doubt about it. And if it is from him, it's a bombshell. And if it's not from him, then somebody invented a bombshell trying to distort, So time will tell. I guess we'll hear that one in court and see how it plays out.
I mean, we're used to hearing salaciousness from him.
That's true.
I don't know if it's going to matter to people. Maybe if it's tied to Epstein.
It will be interesting to see how this one comes out. I think many of us want to see the full scope. We want to see, there's been so much talk of smoke through the years. And of course, he recently has been saying it's a Democratic hoax, but that
wasn't the tagline or the narrative for months until lately.
Right. And so is that a deflection or is it really him? We'll have to wait and see. But I'm grateful. Personally, I'm grateful that light is being shined. You look at both Democrats and Republicans are kind of joining together and saying, the truth needs to come out.
I'm curious if he did draw it or if he did create that letter, would it bother his supporters?
I think it would.
You think so?
Some would say, well, that was a younger, more brash, vulgar young man. He did a lot of crazy things back then, but he's older.
He would have been like 50.
Yeah.
Like that NBC thing he did, the grabber by the you-know-what. He was like 50-something.
Yeah, that was uncalled for. No doubt about it. It should be called out.
That'd be like you saying it.
That would get a local headline. So, all right, well, that wraps up hour number 1. Hour number 2, we got Mayor Joe Bishop coming up from the city of Pineville and Mayor Gail Wilkie.
You've been listening to Talkback. The opinions expressed were those of the hosts and callers, and not necessarily those of Cenla Broadcasting.
AM 970, FM 104.9, KSYL, and KRRV 100.3, HD3, Alexandria.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. We begin in northern Gaza. Cars and trucks stuffed with people and supplies have hit the road en masse after Israel's call for a full evacuation as it gets set to carry out plans for an expanded offensive to take over Gaza City. Linda Gradstein reports from Jerusalem.
In a statement in Arabic on X, the Israeli army spokesman said the army is determined to defeat Hamas and will operate in the Gaza City area with great force. He said that remaining in the area is extremely dangerous and even gave a phone number to report what he called Hamas roadblocks or attempts to prevent evacuation.
Israel's demolished 50 high-rise buildings in Gaza in the past 2 days, accusing Hamas of using them for military infrastructure. The White House is vehemently denying President Trump was the one who wrote a lascivious birthday note to Jeffrey Epstein in 2003 that's just been released by a House committee, which has also made public other records under subpoena from the Epstein estate. CBS's Bradley Blackburn.
The signature Donald appears at the bottom of a message to Jeffrey Epstein, referencing a wonderful secret within a scrawled outline of a naked female form.
The Supreme Court has given the Department of Homeland Security the go-ahead for roving immigration raids in Southern California. In a fiery dissent, Justice Sonia Sotomayor wrote, "We should not have to live in a country where the government can seize anyone who looks Latino, speaks Spanish, and appears to work a low-wage job." She tells CBS Mornings,
"We've decided this one issue, but the case is going back down. There will be further proceedings in the court below. And so you have to rely on the public reading what we write."
New Mexico will become the first state to offer universal child care.
Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham says starting November 1st,
free child care for every New Mexico family.
Until now, only lower-income families have been eligible for free pre-K. Grisham says families will save an average of $12,000 a year. The state will also chip in to build more child care facilities and pay raises for pre-K educators. Crystal Romero owns New Mexico Early Learning Academy.
Our staff are going to be able to receive a living wage that's going to be able to provide a better lifestyle for them.
Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Americans are weighing in on the administration's push to clear out homeless encampments. CBS's Stacey Lynn.
According to a new AP NORC survey, about 43% of U.S. adults favor their removal, while about 25% oppose it. They found a political divide as well. Most Republicans, 64%, were in favor of removing the encampments, while independents and Democrats were more mixed.
Dow futures up 25. This is CBS News.
Progressive Insurance, with insurance for cars, home, boat, motorcycles, RVs, and commercial vehicles at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. And Progressive.com.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard joining MediShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 877-26-BIBLE. That's 877-26-BIBLE. 877-26-BIBLE.
Louisiana Radio Network, I'm Sean Burns. Louisiana's Attorney General Liz Murrill has started the legal process in the state's attempt to reinstate the death sentence for convicted killer Dale Dwayne Craig. In 1992, Craig fired 3 bullets through the head of LSU freshman Kip Gullett after stealing his vehicle. Craig was a few days shy of his 18th birthday when the crime took place and cannot be put to death because of a 2005 U.S. Supreme Court ruling banning capital punishment for those who were 17 or younger at the time of the crime.
You just don't
see that there's any rational or logical reason to say that we can't use the death penalty in a case like that when he was 2 weeks shy of turning 18. And so it's a good vehicle for testing that Supreme Court precedent.
An update on the new $2.3 billion Lake Charles I-10 bridge project, which is in the design phase now and is prepping to begin construction early next year. Project spokesman Jonathan Hill.
The new bridge is anticipated to be open for use in 2030. There'll be a period there where they can utilize the new bridge without it being towed.
LRN.
Starting a business can be overwhelming, especially when you do it alone. Don't do it alone. Take control of your future with a Janney King Gulf Coast franchise. With Janney King, you get guaranteed initial growth, reliable operational support, and ongoing education to set you up for success. Janney King has built a proven system that gives you the tools to take control of your future confidently and with the support you need to thrive. The future is yours today at JannyKingCleans.com.
Janney King, the king of clean.
Well, after a beautiful Monday, this nice weather continues, but we'll notice things will start to get a little bit warmer. Good morning. We're saying sunshine on our Tuesday afternoon. Highs near 90. We'll see winds light and variable. But tonight, some clouds early giving way to clear conditions overnight. 67 for the overnight low. And our Wednesday, another sunny day, a little warmer yet. Afternoon highs near 92. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Gratian.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 27 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
It's Talkback, Central Louisiana's longest-running talk show. Whether it's the guests or the callers, Talkback is where Central Louisiana begins its conversation.
Good morning and welcome back to Talk Back on this Tuesday morning. Stephen Maxwell, Nathan Martin in the cockpit of the radio station here, along with our special guest this morning, Mayor Joe Bishop of the city of Pineville and his Chief Operating Officer, Daryl Basco. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, guys.
We're glad to have you guys in the studio and joining us as you do on the second Tuesday of each month. It's the City Council meeting day, busy day for Pineville, and we appreciate you taking the time out to come and talk to us and kind of let us know what's going on, what's happening around the city, and there's a lot going on in Pineville.
We do. We have a lot going on in Pineville stuff. Also working on roads and stuff. As a matter of fact, Rainbow Drive, we're going to have it shut down tomorrow, making some road repairs and Rainbow Drive is the road going through Central, so we're going to be working that with a joint venture with the city and also Jimmy Garden, doing some blacktop repairs.
And some people, when that was posted, made a big comment about the Department of Hospitals. Why are they involved? But that really is a Department of Hospitals road, right? It's owned by them currently. Would that become a city road soon?
Yes, we went to Baton Rouge about a year ago, sit down with the governor face to face, and we're in the process of having that road transferred over to the city of Pineville. And the Department of Health and Hospitals said we are not spending any money on this road. So their recommendation, they was just going to close it down. We're like, no time out. We will make the repairs.
All right. So thanks for stepping up. Now the road will be closed for about how long?
Possibly 2 days.
Yeah, probably 2 days for the project's over.
And that's next week?
Tomorrow.
Oh, that's tomorrow. Well, that's important to talk about. So from downtown going to Why Not Stop, you're going to have to go another way.
You have to go another way, yeah.
All right.
So we'll be making the post today, and we'll have our police department make the road closure post, and we'll notify all agencies that they're involved, 911, fire, police, ambulance.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for doing that. By the way, on your Facebook page is so up to date, always such great things. There is a picture on there of the new heart that I think the high school art department did.
Oh, high school, yeah.
That is gorgeous.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
That is beautiful. That's one of the. So this is who is the Vincent and Business Bureau that's doing that?
Yes, the chamber and they put together. I forgot the name of it. I think the heart of Central Louisiana is what they put together. We got to thank Pan American Engineers and Tom David. I'll kind of give him a little prop. Whenever we were sitting down trying to figure out, whoever the person is that has the heart or the entity that has the heart is who gets to design it. So we kind of figured, okay, one side, let's just put Pineville, basic kind of who we are. And the other side, we were trying to think, and we started thinking about, a layout of Pineville. There's so many things. If you could put, LCU, Camp Beauregard, Bulow Lake, I mean, all those things, Forts Randolph, so how do you express it? Well, I reached out to Tom and I said, Tom, I'm looking for an old map of downtown Pineville. We've got a special place to put it. Not going to say where yet, but we've got a special place that we're going to put it in about 2 weeks when it's completely finished from being sealed. And so Tom shows up with this map from like 1947, something like that. Okay. And so that's what we sent to the art department, and they did a great job of completely recreating that old, late 40s map of downtown Pineville on the other side of it.
It is stunning. And I meant to tell you, I saw you yesterday and I forgot to tell you, I think that somebody could make a miniature of this and people would wear them as necklaces or put them on, small ones on their desks. I don't know if y'all thought about that. You probably have because y'all are forward thinking.
Don't ruin the surprise.
Oh, yeah. I'm just telling you it is so beautiful. Absolutely. It really is.
Yeah, we've got something in the works for a event that comes around the first part of 2026.
Come on.
That people would be able to have those special.
Yeah.
So you gotta warn me not
or something. Like a bead.
Maybe so. A little celebration that uses purple and gold and green as
people will go crazy over that.
Throw me something, mister. Okay. Well, that's wonderful. Well, look, I got to tell you, that's beautiful. And your website's always, your Facebook page always has such great information coming up. And so you're not going to tell us where the heart's going to go, Mayor?
Not yet. But the talent we have at the arts department at Pineville High School, they also stepped up to the plate and came out to Keys Park and they painted beautiful murals and stuff like that. And we want to utilize that also downtown Pineville. Anybody who's wanting to paint something on the side of their building or something, dress up downtown Pineville. And we also have other things coming on Main Street.
Okay.
Yeah. Part of the thing would talk about Main Street a little bit. So I guess it's been a couple of years ago, the Pineville Downtown Development District did facade grants, which was a great thing. People came in, updated their front of the building, fresh paint, made everything look good. Well, now the Downtown Development District just launched a lighting facade grant where businesses on Main Street can apply for lighting grants. They're trying to stay in the 1950s type motif, I guess is the best way to put it. They're not going to exclude anybody, but it has to go through approval process for the commissioners to approve it. So that's something that's coming. You'll probably see some interesting lighting of Main Street as the lighting facade grant progresses throughout the next couple of months.
Guess I need to meet y'all out there tomorrow, so do something on that.
Absolutely.
All these good story ideas.
Yeah, we always do something like that. Yeah,
that's cool.
I actually served on the Downtown Development District back in the 90s, in the 90s. And where downtown has come from then to today, it truly is transformative. And we're just in the kind of the beginning, the burgeoning stages of new things and exciting things. There's a big banner across Main Street right now that talks about the 75th birthday of the library, which is just off of Main Street right there on Shamrock. And Mayor, I know the city's really excited about that anniversary celebration.
Yeah, myself and Daryl has also been working with the library board and stuff for the 75th anniversary of the Martin Library. We went there last week. Nathan, you was involved in that little meeting, trying to expand the size of the library because we have so much foot traffic walking to the library to utilize the internet, the copy machines, and read books and check out books. So it was great. Even when we was having our little small meeting there, did you see the people who was in there?
Oh, yeah.
And it was the ages from older people all the way to young kids and stuff. So that's great. And right there with Pineville Elementary button up to the property and stuff to have the rooms available to tutor our kids in the evening times is very outstanding. Yeah.
Well, thanks to the kudos to the Martin family 75 years ago that made that donation over 75 years ago that made it possible. And they will have an event next Thursday, the 18th, you said?
Yeah, it's 7 to 5:30 next Thursday at the Martin Library. But the library board, along with the Martin Foundation and Martin family, is going to do a little presentation, celebrate the 75th anniversary of them being in downtown Pineville. So looking forward to another 25 and hitting 100 years.
Speaking of books, Here, Hemingway Spirits and Books is coming to downtown Pineville.
Absolutely. They're renovating that building. It used to be Mr. David Bates' insurance company. Mr. Jorge purchased the property, and I think he sold it to Miss Bonnie White. And they're transforming that building into Hemingway's get together.
Yeah, they were actually at City Hall making some inquiries about a little piece of property next to it to see exactly what it can be used for and kind of make an expansion of it. So another thing, a unique thing coming to downtown Pineville.
Well, Jorge Rocha was actually featured this week. He received the Forrest Sinla Award for his downtown development efforts, and I know he's really invested a lot. Got the little Chubbies. He's got the Candeloro, is that what it is? The photography studio.
Josh Candeloro's place, yeah.
They've got the Paris Boutique that I think will be opening up either last quarter of this year or spring of next year. So, and then, but you go down even further, you know, the 414 Main, that used to be such an eyesore, and that is turning into a beautiful little facility.
Absolutely. We're fixing to get a gas station on Main Street in Pineville.
Who'd have thunk it?
Oh my God. Just, you know, I remember as a kid, you know, Eddie's Exxon, you know, you could walk up there and get a gallon of gas for the lawnmower and stuff. We didn't have a weed eater. You had your hands in a hoe, you know, you had to use. But yeah, going up to Eddie's to get a gallon of gas and walking home and putting it in a push mower, you know.
Yep.
And now we're finally going to have a gas station and a convenience store.
And don't forget, you still go eat lunch at Southern Creations because, I mean, they've been there forever, and you get some bread pudding.
And, you know, you got Louisiana Fireplace right in the center across from Little Chubby's. That's an anchor. She's on the downtown development district. She's one of the commissioners, and they've been long-standing in Pineville. I mean, my insert came from them. I mean, great customer service, great products. So that's there. Plus, they've got some other outdoor. You know, it's just not fireplaces. Right. They got some other outdoor cooking stuff. So another great business on Main Street. And Dixie Roofing further down. Everybody knows them, especially if you're a commercial business. A lot of that they do in Sherwin-Williams. You know, more paint goes through that store, I bet, than any other place in Rapid Parish.
Isn't that something? You wouldn't think it right there, you know, kind of tucked off, almost hidden, but they do a tremendous amount of business, especially commercial painters, because they provide such excellent service.
Absolutely. You don't realize, too, you know, I'm going to throw the other ones in, Sinla Professional Pharmacy that does, you know, tons of things for people, nursing homes and other facilities that they have the special, unique things. And then you have the Vibe, a co-working space.
Oh, yeah.
That when they first opened, I kind of scratched my head. I was like, okay, yeah. But look, we used it when we did some budget hearings. We actually, to get away from City Hall, to have a quiet place to go, and they have several different local businesses that have a permanent home there at the Vibe co-working space.
Awesome. That is great. Well, and River Outreach Church just did a whole new facade improvement on their building, and it really dressed that up. As well.
Yes, scaffolding came down yesterday.
It looks good. And then they have a new playground area right next to the church. So it's all fenced in. I mean, a lot of great things happening in downtown.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, you also have coming up, I know, a cooking event, and it's going to happen between now and the next time you're on the radio. So we need to talk about that barbecue event that you've got coming up.
Absolutely. We have Smoking on the River barbecue cook-off, starting. The cooks will start up that Friday evening and bring it in. Then the event will be Saturday. That's October the 10th and the 11th, Also, we're going to have a band. Papa's Axe will be playing there. So we'll probably start the music around 12:30 or something and play it at 4:30, 5 o'clock or something. So we're excited about that. We have 12 entries as of right now. So anybody that likes to cook, come hang out. There's no entry fee, but we're also giving out cash awards and trophies and stuff. So, I mean, just the weekend cook barbecue guys want to hang out and have a good time on the tailgate, bring your pit out. And what we're asking, please just cook enough to give the people that's attending the barbecue festival a sample of your food. Also, myself and Daryl and other city employees, we're going to bring my pit out there. We're going to probably cook about 14 to 16 Boston butts, and we're going to be giving away pulled pork sandwiches.
No way.
Absolutely.
You got to be kidding me.
So I'm tired of going to barbecue festivals and walking around and just smelling the good cooking and nobody's selling no food or not giving out any samples. I said, no, we're going to make this one unique where you can come, bring your family, and get a free barbecue sandwich.
Now, when you say your pit, I've seen your pit. This is not daddy's, this is not your grandpa's barbecue pit on the back porch.
It's not a little Weber or anything.
No, right. Yeah. You got a nice pit. And
it's a big smoker, okay?
Right.
I bought that years ago from the Moose Lodge when they was dissolving and stuff. And, a lot of people, a lot of churches reach out like, Joe, can I borrow your pit? Absolutely.
You've blown that out quite a bit, I know, and made it available to us. I appreciate that at our church. But for you said you're going to be putting about a dozen Boston butts
about
on there.
14 to 16.
Come on now.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I know where I'm going to be. Stephen, where are you going to be?
I'm going to be there. I'm going to try and get my in-laws to go. They can cook pretty good.
Please do.
That'll be fun.
So no entry fees. You just need to register.
Yeah.
And I see the cash prizes that are like, these are not $100 cash prizes, $500, $750 prizes.
Yeah.
Well, great.
And the other part about it is, I won't mention his name if we get to that point and he says it's okay. So we actually have a Memphis and May certified judge in Central Louisiana from Pineville, a guy I've been knowing for years. So we kind of reached out to him to say, hey, give us some advice on what's a good way to do a barbecue competition, because he travels all around the country, does, KCBS, does all these ones. And so he said, look, I'll help y'all do it, but I'm also going to bring the judges in for y'all.
No way.
So it's actually Memphis and May's judging this will be going on for this. Of course, for the home cook, that might be a good thing. We might find a new star here in Central Louisiana.
Wouldn't that be something? Wow. Well, that's great. We need to take our first break. We've got a caller on the line. Caller, stick around. We'll come to you right after this break. More with Mayor Joe Bishop of Pineville right after this.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics with 27 providers and 3 locations. Someone can see you today. Stick around. More of Talkback is on the way.
Storms, tornadoes, power outages. It's the season, so get prepared. Get storm ready with Southern Air. Get a free estimate on a generator, the right generator for your home and family, plus 0% financing for 60 months with approved credit. Let Southern Air help you take the worry out of hurricane season. Take action now. Visit southernairnow.com and let us bear it. Or give us a call at 318-777-5555. Keep the lights on with Southern Air.
You too could have a beautiful smile in as little as 12 weeks. Exclusive to Today's Dental in Pineville, Virtual Align Clear Aligners, the fastest, most convenient, affordable way to straighten your teeth for people on the go. Plus, they're invisible. No one will know you're doing it. Experience the Virtual Align difference. Call Today's Dental at 448-4540. It's a general dental facility on Highway 28 East in Pineville, owned by Dr. Jonas Goche. 448-4540.
Hey guys, this is former Major League Baseball player and avid deer hunter David DeLucci. There's nothing better than spending time in the woods, making memories at the camp, and enjoying the land. If you're like me and dream of owning your own hunting property, remember the name First South Farm Credit. They've been financing rural land for over 100 years. It's just what they do. When you're in the market for land, make First South your first call. Stop by or find them online at firstsouthland.com.
If you'd like to take part in the show today, call the BOM Bank Talk line at 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. And remember, if you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, call Christina Bagwell at the BOM Bank Mortgage Department at 448-2430.
Talkback. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK.
Well, you heard the number, the BOM Talk line, 318-442-8255. Our caller dropped off, so that means the line is open for you to call in for Mayor Joe Bishop and Chief Operations Officer Daryl Basco. As we looked at your Facebook page, there was a notice about Beulah Lake being closed temporarily, a little confused or concerned about what could have caused the mussel die-off, and then you turned around and said, hey, you got the all clear. Tell us about that, Mayor.
So our recreation director, James Rochelle, called one morning and said, look, we'll get a bunch of dead mussels floating, don't know what the deal is. So we went ahead and closed the lake immediately. We called Wildlife and Fisheries. They came out and did some testing. Nothing that they found initially on their survey pointed to anything. So they called DEQ. We had DEQ come out. They took some water samples. Come to find out, there was another local lake that had the same thing happen, a little mussel die-off, not to the volume that we had, but they did have some. And through Wildlife and Fisheries and some of their consulting with biologists out of Baton Rouge. What they ended up saying was that if you have I think it was more than a 5-degree change in temperature, and then the oxygen level gets at a certain point, which in the lake itself, in the upper part of the lake, it was like at 4, which is good for sustaining fish and, that type, swimming animals, I guess is the best way to put it. But down at the bottom, it had dropped to about 2. And so that's where mussels are. So the mix of the lowering of the oxygen level to 2 and the change of the water temperature to the 5-degree difference is what made the mussel kill. So they told us that, look, leave it for a couple of days, let the regular, vultures or whatever, buzzards, eat up as much of that you can. We did some cleanup on the backside of it. And whenever we did that, everything returned back to normal. We had a little bit of fresh rain come in, so that adjusts the temperature, balances everything out a little bit better. And we were I think we opened the lake about 3 days later. And more of it, because I laughed. James calls me Saturday when we were opening. He's like, man, it still smells horrible out here in a couple of places, just because of the concentration of where the mussels were in a certain areas. So city crews went back out. We did a little bit more cleanup, and we've had nothing since then. So,
well, kudos to the recreation department for being on top of that, finding the issue and then resolving it quickly.
Right. And what you have to keep in mind too, Beulah Lake, the average depth out there is 5 to 6 foot deep. So it's a shallow lake. So temperatures and oxygen levels can change real quick with a shallow lake, so versus the Red River or Indian Creek or Kincaid, where you got deeper bodies of water.
And it's good to mention too. So a couple of things, when you read social media comments or things people say is that it's a stagnant body of water and there's no movement. Well, that's completely untrue. You have fresh water coming in from Rocky Bay. If you look where the railroad tracks is, if that's what you're familiar with, that's the fresh water draining up out of the hills towards Kings Country, coming down in from the expressway. So that's the fresh water that comes in. Then there's an outlet on the other side of the lake towards the Red River where there's a spillway, a box spillway. So anytime the level of the lake reaches a certain thing, you'd have water coming in, water going out, going through the gate and going out into the Red River. So there's always a movement. As long as you have fresh rainwater or fresh coming in, you've got water going out. So, when you hear some of that, one of the other things people ask, when are we going to restock the lake? Well, actually about 3 months before, Wildlife and Fisheries came in and did Florida bass and catfish. And I'm not 100% sure, but I want to say it was like 800 catfish, 500 Florida bass, some type number. That, of course, they're not full size. Right. They put in, small fish, fingerlings, in order to grow into bigger fish. So don't think you can run out to Beulah and all of a sudden going to start catching 3-pound, 4-pound bass today. That's just not that's not the way it happens.
Well, you had the big, the drought with all the pelicans came through a while back and kind of did some depletion. So it's good that you guys were getting back on top of that. I have another Beulah question, but we have a phone call. We're going to take that call. Good morning. You're on Talkback with Mayor Joe Bishop.
Well, hello. This is Mayor Gail Wilking, just waiting for the lineup.
Oh, well, Mayor, welcome. Thank you for calling. Always glad to have you on. You'll be featured up here in just a moment, so I'll put you back on hold. I'll let you say hi to Mayor Bishop real quick.
Good morning, Mayor. How you doing?
Hey, Mayor, I can't wait to go to Beulah and catch me a 3-pound catfish.
That's what I'm going to buy you lunch today, okay?
Oh.
That's wonderful. That's a deal. I'll see you at lunch.
All right. Good. Wheeling and dealing taking place right here on Talkback. All right, Mayor, we'll put you back on hold and be back to you in just a moment. All right.
Sorry.
Yeah, thank you very much. Mayor Gail Wilkins, she'll be our guest coming up after the 8:30 break. Appreciate her calling in. Mayor, I said I had another question for you about Beulah. There was a story recently. I think Stephen did the story about the RV pads. Did you do that story?
Yeah. They were, I talked to Mr. Rochelle, and they were building those RV pads out
Absolutely. I think the month of October, James at Parks and Recreation is going to be handling the bookings on that. I think we have 7 RV pads there with electrical and water hookups. We're looking at probably putting in a sewer dump site on the property later on, but as of right now, we do not have sewer, so you have to be self-contained.
Okay. That's great. And those are going to be short-term rentals, of course, not long-term at all. But
that's right, short-term rentals,
fields,
like 3 days. Yeah, 3 to 4 day rentals.
Right. Yeah, that's one of the things we wanted to make sure that we're not, you're not getting somebody that's doing a shutdown project come in and take all 7 of them. We want it to be on a rotational basis, short term, so that way whether it's visitors or if you decide you're somebody local and want to go hang out at the lake for the weekend, you can bring the kids and do that, take part of St. Rentals that's out there with the paddle boats. Stephen did a story on them too. So, and maybe catch a few of those fingerling fish with a net, maybe or something.
We've only got a minute or so left, Mayor. Anything big you want to talk about?
Real quick, we have broke ground with the joint venture with the Ward 9 Sports Complex and the City of Pineville on the pickleball courts. So hopefully just before the end of this year, the pickleball courts will be open and running. I think it's 6 pickleball courts. So please bring out the kids and family, enjoy yourself at a safe location. Also, to the last weekend, I was at the Ward 9 Sports Complex. The junior runners had a big, huge turnout, 600 kids, and it was several different parishes and stuff went out there and gave a welcome address to all the kids and the parents and stuff. And I mean, that's great for people to come early in the morning and let the kids run, get them out of the house and enjoy the, beautiful outdoors right now.
Bunch of kids out there.
One last thing, at the end of the month, if you've been coming down the expressway going into Alexander, you've probably seen some dirt being moved on the right-hand side at the foot of the Purple Heart Bridge. A huge drainage project that's going to improve the drainage for downtown Pineville, which is from LCU all the way down through that watershed going to the Red River. We're going to be doing a groundbreaking towards the end of the month, so watch our social media for that information coming up for that groundbreaking. I think it's well over a $10 million project. I keep forgetting.
About a $12 million project for the
long-term project, much needed, should provide tremendous relief to downtown.
Yes, that's right.
All right. Well, thank you guys very much. That wraps up the show. Always have more questions. 5 o'clock today, City Council meeting. Is there a zoning commission?
Zoning at 4:30.
All right. So everybody come out to City Hall, join that, or watch them online. You can go to the Pineville.net and get the link right there. Thank you, Mayor Joe.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. U.S. consumers are piling on more debt, and much of it is going on credit cards. The Fed says July saw the biggest increase in credit card balances so far this year. The category that includes cards surged by $10.5 billion. Overall, consumer debt rose by $16 billion, with loans for cars and tuition jumping by $5.5 billion. The jump in borrowing coincides with stronger household spending, but rising inflation may also be pushing consumers to take on more debt, relying on credit to cover higher day-to-day expenses. If you're getting tax advice from social media, just be sure that it's accurate. The IRS says it has issued $162 million in penalties over false tax credit claims tied to social media scams. The agency says that in the past few years, it has seen a surge in questionable refund claims fueled by misleading social media posts and people claiming to be tax experts when they were not. Futures are higher, just ahead of the opening bell on Wall Street. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
One big, beautiful bill. A signature achievement for President Trump. The decisive vote to get it done in the U.S. Senate? Louisiana's Bill Cassidy. Cassidy stood with Trump to provide historic investments in border security. Together, they delivered critical tax relief for working families. And the Trump-Cassidy law will boost manufacturing and energy production right here in America. And when President Trump needed a partner in the U.S. Senate to pass tough new penalties on fentanyl traffickers, it was Bill Cassidy who stepped up and got it done. With Trump and Cassidy, you can count on one thing: a conservative agenda for Louisiana and America. Call Senator Cassidy at 225-929-7711. Thank him for standing with President Trump and for fighting and winning for Louisiana and America. Paid for by Louisiana Legacy Policy Solutions, Inc.
You know, having a safety plan is essential. God forbid someone breaks into your home, or if you find yourself in a confrontation, don't start with a lethal firearm. No, start less lethal. Start with Byrna, BYRNA.com. This less lethal launcher is the most effective self-defense tool available today, without legal, financial, or emotional consequences that may come with using a gun. I carry one. It's part of my personal safety and security plan every day. I recommend all of you, if you're concerned about safety, you should be, have one as well. They have the new compact launcher, the CL. It is the world's smallest, less lethal pistol concealed anywhere. It fires powerful kinetic and tear gas rounds that can stop any perpetrator for up to 40 minutes. And Byrna has protection for every member of the family, from safety alarms to personal defense sprays as well. Check out Byrna, byrna.com today and find the right launcher for your family. That's byrna.com.
Well, after a beautiful Monday, this nice weather continues, but we'll notice things will start to get a little bit warmer. Good morning. We're seeing sunshine on our Tuesday afternoon, highs near 90. We'll see winds light and variable. But tonight, some clouds early giving way to clear conditions overnight, 67 for the overnight low. And our Wednesday, another sunny day, a little warmer yet, afternoon highs near 92. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Grayson.
Talk back. To take part of the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK.
Welcome back to Talk Back. It is the final half hour of the segment. We enjoyed Mayor Joe Bishop of Pineville a moment ago, and now we're going to enjoy Mayor Gail Wilking of Ball. Good morning, Mayor. How are you?
Good morning. I'm anxious. I'm so excited to be here again.
Well, you have nothing to be anxious about because you are the Moon Pie Queen and the lovely lady who is the champion of all things Ball. So excited to have you on the program with us today because there's a lot going on in Ball, isn't there?
Yes, sir. There is. God has blessed us with so many wonderful blessings, and he continues to do that every day. And in this little interview, you're going to hear a lot of things that are all contributed to his powers.
Well, you're always quick to give glory to God and to the team that you've assembled around you. I happen to be present and was a witness for one of the awards that you guys received last month or back in July at the annual convention for the Louisiana Municipal Association, and I'm sure you're pretty proud of that award.
I can't tell you how proud I am. Now, I'm going to say that I was a little bit disappointed that we didn't get first place. But when they put you in a category with populations of up to 10,000 and you're only 4,000, it makes it very difficult. There were over 300 entries, but the judge, the chief judge, Miss Bootsy, she got up and she started her intro with, guys, it's been a long time since the judging committee enjoyed a presentation as much as we enjoyed the one that's receiving honorable mention. And she said, congratulations, Mayor Wilking, Town of Ball, the Moon Pie Festival. Although I cried that it didn't say first place, I was very, very happy to have the honorable mention, which is second place. That speaks volumes. Our friends Abbeville got the first place, and it was so well deserving. And of course, it was a big project, much bigger than ours, but what an honor for the town of Ball to be recognized for outstanding community improvement, economic development. This is an awesome thing for the town of Ball. So I want to also say along those lines, be sure and mark your calendar, March 14th, 2026. You don't want to miss that festival, the Moon Pie Festival. Again this year, the lieutenant governor and the governor have promised once again they're going to be here. And although they missed last time, of no fault of their own, of course, they did send some little videos. But Nathan, after all, a promise is a promise, even from a politician. So maybe this year's the year that they'll make it.
Well, even if a politician makes a promise, it's still a promise, right? You'll hold their feet to the fire. Hey, I've seen you do that. You hold their feet to the fire. Oh, my gosh. You're so fun to watch at these big meetings. When you come to the microphone, the politicians tremble.
Well, I don't know about that. I'll tell you, I can make them move a little bit.
Well,
but
you find anybody who's got a pen and a check, you have a tendency to find them, don't you?
I do. You remember, no, you weren't at North Rapids, you were at Senator Kennedy. But Mike Johnson, when I was kind of explaining my understanding of the governor, lieutenant governor coming to the next Moon Pie Festival, Mike Johnson had the audacity to say, they're not coming. But I put him in his place. It's okay. It was a slip, a fraudulent slip. So, and I'm gonna take care of that at lunch today with him. But he didn't really mean it. He's going to encourage the governor to be here this year, this coming year. So I'm going to let him go with that one this time.
Well, the Moon Pie or the honorable mention and the outstanding community improvement competition is not the only award that Ball has won recently. There's been something else that you guys won that has a tremendous impact on the citizens every day.
It does, Nathan. I tell you, this is another blessing that our Lord provided for us. I was told by my town engineer when we were trying to get the water sector grant, Louisiana Watershed Initiative, on the day of the award, Tom Davies said, "Miss Gail, listen," he said, I'm so afraid you're just going to be so disappointed because Ball is not going to get this award. This kind of money just isn't given to a little town like Ball. I said, Tom Davies, don't ever underestimate me. I said, God didn't bring me here to slam a door in my face. So when they awarded the $4.3 million grant to me, he's blowing up my phone. So I put on speaker in the committee, and he said, "You know what just happened?" I said, "I got the money. Told you." He said, "No, what happened is a miracle. Your faith got you that award."
Wow.
Well, I don't know, but we got it, and I'm so proud. And that kind of was a reminder when we were at the at getting our award for Louisiana World Water Association. They made note of the fact about that grant and what that we had done in the town of Ball with that money to make us number one in the state, the northern part of Louisiana. The town of Ball received the Louisiana Rural Water Association 2025 Wastewater Treatment System of the Year Award. And that's not all. Something that's never happened in the town of Ball before. Our superintendent, he's one heck of a superintendent now, Michael Williams, was awarded the 2025 Wastewater System Operator Specialist of the Year for North Louisiana.
Wow.
This is it means a lot. It doesn't mean a lot to your audience, but to our awesome employees in our community, we've come a long way, baby.
You sure have.
You know what I mean, Nathan.
Absolutely.
You know where we were, and you know where we are.
Well, the hurdles y'all have faced and the way you've overcome them is nothing short of miraculous. So congratulations on that. We've got to take a break.
So very proud.
Yeah, you deserve to be proud.
It's very nice.
All right, very good. Well, we're going to talk some more. By the way, I think he just did he just get hired by the city of Pineville? No, I'm just kidding. Don't start that rumor. I'm going to have Mayor Wilkin mad at me. All right, we're going to take a break. We come back. We're going to talk about some more stuff happening in the town of Ball right after this.
KSYL.
Louisiana forests once fueled our economy. Your granddad logged these woods. So did your dad. And now, Beaver Lake Renewable Energy is keeping that legacy alive, turning thinnings and wood byproducts into clean fuel right here in Pineville. It means more jobs, stronger forests, and a future that honors where Central Louisiana came from. Be part of Louisiana's next chapter. Visit BeaverLakeRenewable.com and find out how we're putting Central Louisiana back on the map.
Attention all real estate agents, property owners, and lenders. When you or a client needs a real estate attorney, call the professionals at Thompson Law Firm. Whether the legal matter is basic or complex, the Thompson Law Firm can accurately guide you or your client to a successful outcome. That's why numerous industry professionals have trusted the Thompson Law Firm for years. They also handle estate planning, successions, and business law. Call them at 473-0052. I am a paid non-client attorney spokesperson.
1270 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK-BACK.
Welcome back to Talk Back for Tuesday, September the 9th, the wonderful second Tuesday of the month, a city council meeting in Pineville at 5 o'clock, and Mayor Gail Wilking of the town of Ball is joining us for a second half of our North Rapids segment. Mayor, we've talked about some of the awards that you guys have received, including the award for your inaugural Moon Pie Festival, but you guys are not satisfied with one festival. Y'all created a whole new festival coming up soon.
I know. You know, I'm not a fan of Facebook at all, but sometimes these little ideas creep in there and caught my attention, and everybody's going to laugh, but it's the rubber duck. You know, everybody loves the little yellow rubber ducks. It's a big thing now.
Yeah, there's some city up north that released like 50,000 ducks into their river for a festival.
Chicago,
yeah, that's right. So people like rubber ducks, and it sounds like the town of Ball likes rubber ducks too.
And next year we're going to clean out Flagon Creek, and we're going to release ducks in there. But for right now, we're going to have something else. But we're going to have a rubber duck roundup and Quackers market. And we're going to knock that out. I mean, it's going to be one for the record books, along with our Moon Pie Festival. We've got Jeeps of Sinlaw coming. You know, Jeeps and ducks are a big thing. We have vendors. We have like 40 vendors booths and food trucks, and the kids are going to hunt for hidden ducks. Mm-hmm. And there's one particular duck that has special markings that will be given a nice prize.
The golden mallard?
No. We might do mallards next year.
Okay.
And we might even have some live ducks next year.
Mm-hmm.
This year, kind of just getting to know what the people want. This is for our kids. Everything that we do, we try to do with our children in mind. This is a fun day for them. We want them to come and dress the best duck outfit, no matter who has it on, is going to get a prize. We'll have 3 prizes. And at noon, we're going to have a duck calling contest. I've put on Facebook for all the dads and papas to teach your kids and grandkids the art of duck calling. And I don't know how many of you know this, but newly elected judge Brian Safiva is 4-time duck calling champion.
Wow, I did not know that.
Know that. And I didn't know that, but he is so excited to be the judge for our event.
Well, I know he liked to duck hunt because I see his pictures on Facebook. Him and his sons, that's just a big thing for them. But to know that he is a 4-time crowned duck calling champion and he will be your official event judge, that's pretty awesome.
That is pretty. He's so excited. I mean, you know, I think he's more excited about this than being elected judge.
I heard Nathan can call ducks without a duck call.
What?
That's just the natural vocal cord.
Here, ducky, ducky, ducky. Here, ducky, ducky. That's all I got. Steve's pulling your leg.
That's going to be a new thing. But we're going to have one of our employees is going to be dressed in a 4-foot rubber duck.
Okay.
Costume. And the kids are going to rope him.
Oh, my.
And we're going to, that's going to be the roundup part. We're going to lasso the duck. And we have prizes for that. So, you know, what we're saying is waddle on over to our walking trail area for a day of fun and quacktivity.
I can't believe you said that. Waddle on over for our quacktivities. Oh, my goodness, Mayor Gill, you are a natural-born hypester.
Well, we want everybody to come. Everything is free for our kids.
Great.
They have such a wonderful time. Next year, we're going to add a lot more to this. But this year, we're starting off, trying to find out maybe we can get Ducks Unlimited and Delta Waterfowl. We can involve other things. We are looking at maybe getting one of these mobile mallards, decoys, or whatever. We have a lot of plans for next year. So if anybody has any ideas to help us be a great festival,
that's great.
I want to hear them.
Well, it used to be years ago, the Catahoula Lake Festival at Keys Park was big, and they had the duck carving contest, the decoy carving contest, and the duck calling contest. You might even be able to reach out to Duck Commander up in Monroe and West Monroe and get them to come down. Hey, Mayor, we've only got a couple of minutes because I know you have an event you've got to get into, and so I want to give you an opportunity. There's a couple other big pieces of news you have, including a new subdivision that's coming to Ball.
Yes, Cypress Point, 60 homes, and they're going to be ranging from 275,000 to 350,000. And we also have a beautiful duplex community on Powell Drive that is going to really add some quality rental property to the town of Ball, because we have places like Camp Cook and Camp Beauregard who want to be near the both camps, and this will open up a great opportunity for them to be. And the biggest thing that I've saved for last is Lift Station 11. From the beginning, when I became mayor, that was my main project, is to acquire money to rebuild Lift Station 11. That's our largest lift station in the town of Ball. And last Tuesday, September 2nd, we went online. It's working like a dream. And if everything stays perfect, we will be having the ribbon cutting of all ribbon cuttings very, very soon, and everybody's going to be invited.
Well, that's wonderful. Some great things in Ball. I know you're also appreciative of State Representative Mike Johnson and Senator Jay Morris. They helped you get some funds for the standby mobile generator for your lift stations, and you've got that brand new one you're cutting the ribbon for. You've got some great things happening in Ball. Mayor Gail, thank you so much for taking the time to visit with us today.
Nathan, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be there with y'all. And Stephen, hello to you as well.
Well, you need to give me a call for some of these things. I'll come up there and get the camera out.
Oh, absolutely.
Very good. Well, I'll forward that number. Now, I know you've got to go encourage a bunch of high school students in the JAG program. Go say hi to him. My son's going to be there, so he'll wave at you, I'm sure.
But do that now. All right, baby.
Thank you so much. Mayor Gil Wilkie from the town of Ball, thank you for joining us this morning. Back with more with Stephen and Nathan on Talkback right after this.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics with 27 providers and 3 locations. Someone can see you today. Stick around. More of Talkback is on the way.
This is Dr. Jonathan Hunter with The Clinics. We provide primary, family, and chronic care along with gastroenterology, podiatry, with on-site lab and x-ray services. I'm pleased to welcome family physician Dr. Noah Miller to our team. We are currently accepting new patients and same-day appointments are available. If you're admitted into the hospital, our doctors will see you there as well. Most insurance and Medicare are accepted. The Clinics on North Dalton, 445-9823, and online at theclinics.us.
Tired of noisy neighbors? Want to keep pets in and problems out? Sounds like you need a Promo fence. At Promo Fencing and Lawn Care, our fences don't just work, they wow. From classic cedar and pine privacy fences to durable chain link, sleek metal, and aluminum, even decorative fencing. We've got something for every home, yard, or business, big or small, residential or commercial. All with free estimates, expert installs, and small town customer care. Promo Fencing and Lawn Care. Fences that feel like home.
Online scams aimed at travelers are proliferating at a rapid rate. I just fell for one that apparently a lot of people know about. I'd traveled to Colorado, rented a car, and found my route took me on a highway with Easy Pass readers. That evening, I received a text saying I could pay $8.46 in charges with one click. After 2 credit cards were refused for inexplicable reasons, I unsuccessfully entered 3 more different cards before I realized I was being scammed. From America's #1 travel radio show, this is your RM World Travel Minute. I'm Rudy Maxa. I immediately called all 5 credit card companies and froze my accounts. The bad guys had already been blocked by American Express, but managed to put a $40 restaurant charge on my Visa card. I should have realized the odd number, $8.46, was unusual. I also should have noted how strange it was that I had only till midnight to pay my balance, also unusual. So beware the highway toll or Easy Pass scam. Now, on Friday, I'll tell you a much more horrifying story of a scam that cost the travelers $17,000. And no, it didn't involve crypto. More travel info at armworldtravel.com.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. Talk back.
I always like that comeback. It sounds like breaking news. Dun, 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 dun.
Speaking of 80s cop movie.
That's true. We got a call on the line. Good morning. You're on Talkback with Stephen and Nathan.
Yeah, as a literally certified wildlife biologist, I can safely say that if you will take a loaf of stale bread to the nearest park with some white ducks in it, they'll mob you if you start saying ducky, ducky, ducky.
You're giving away my secret. No, that's great. That is hilarious. I love that. So they will.
Nice day.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's wonderful. Well, look, that's really about all I got is here kitty kitty and here ducky ducky. I got nothing else. I can't do it.
Nathan has talent.
I know I know stale white bread. I can tell you that. That's about what I got.
I gotcha.
Oh my goodness. So my brain just went off the rails with that call. I love that.
I barely had to do any talking today. It was a nice chill day for me today.
I'm sorry. I guess I should have given you more opportunity.
No, it's good. I like to listen. Some days I need a little break.
Well, I enjoyed having both Mayor Wilking and Mayor Bishop on and hearing what's going on. I am a North Rapids fan. Look, I want to say this. I want to make sure I'm very clear. I love Alexandria, and I want Alexandria to succeed. And personally, I may make some people mad at me. I'm a fan of Mayor Roy. I think he's doing a great job. I think he's a smart man. I think he's he's very intelligent. He's very forward thinking. He's regional thinking. And there's just some things that have been difficult for a burgeoning city. Alexandria's not the only city suffering with some of the poverty issues and the crime issues, but I want to see Alexandria succeed. And it hurt my heart to see that Kirkland's and the mall is closing. Anytime there's a closing, that of any business, and generally those are probably like national decisions many times. It's not necessarily an indictment of a specific city, but man, I just love good news and good things that are happening, and I want to see more good taking place. So I'm not even sure why I went on that rant.
I reached out to Kirkland's corporate waiting for a call back. I don't know if I'll get it, but that's just kind of a trend we're seeing across the country. I don't know if it would be, and I don't want to speculate, I don't know if it would be an Alexandria problem. That's just a mall problem. Malls are struggling. And, I hate to see it. I always enjoyed going to the mall here and, Lake Charles, Shreveport, and across the country, but they're just dying and struggling, and brick and mortar stores are sometimes hurting too. That's coming from a lay business person. But
yeah. Well, you can go. Lafayette Mall is having some difficulties. Some of the the Shreveport, we talked about that one a while back. The mall where the Burlington Coat Factory is, the church bought it because it was practically empty.
And then the boardwalk is on
Ghost Town, right?
It's maybe has one or two stores left. And when I went there about 6-7 years ago, it was popping, as the kids would say. And now it's just a ghost town. And so when we're seeing this across the country, when we went to Anaheim, the outdoor mall there was dead. It was next to Disney World.
Isn't that something?
It used to be one of the bigger ones in the country. So it's just when you see things like that, I would be skeptical to say that that's an Alexandria problem.
Right.
And we're seeing businesses close all the time since the beginning of history of businesses.
And, there's ebbs and flows in all things, and that's why it's really a big deal when a business makes 25 years or 50 years or 75 years. Those are big milestones. Yeah. I know Harlow's recently had a big anniversary, and people are like, well, why are you celebrating a donut shop? Because it's a big deal.
Hey, if people say, why are you celebrating Harlow's? They don't know Pineville.
They don't know Pineville. That's right.
What are you talking about?
That is the corner. And man, that they have been, I think, a cornerstone. Well, when I was in high school, I skipped class to go get Harlow's donuts, and the teacher was okay with it as long as I brought him one.
We stayed at LC. I was at Harlow's all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't you dare.
I actually graduated.
Harlow.
Yeah, I graduated with Deanne. Her mom and dad had bought the shop, so we had extra reason to go to Harlow's and, the family connection there. So one of my daughters got her wedding cake baked there. They're more than just donuts, too. They do some great stuff. They're
great cakes.
They have an icing that's out of this world. So.
They have king cakes, too.
That's right. That's right. And I love, we get our friends from Atwoods that come in from time to time, and I love how he will uplift all the other bakeries in town. I just think that's such a positive thing. We need more like affirmation and encouragement. It's easy to complain. Oh, that is so easy. It's tougher to lift somebody up, but the reward is worth it.
Didn't you say you hate everyone south of the Red River and all this?
Is that what you heard? I need to clean out your ears, young man. All right, that's it for today. Nathan's on Tuesdays with Steven. Stick around tomorrow morning where Al will be back, the professional, back in the studio. Jeff Powell will be in the studio. Greg Walker, all tomorrow on Talk Back with Al and Steven. Thanks for being a part of our day today. God bless you guys.